So I just want to just do a little intro here of this before I start the reading. Okay. Now a lot of you know what twin flames are, or you wouldn't be interested in watching this video. So what I'm going to do is I am going to delve in deep here, just very quick explanation how this is going to, you know, align with your sign here. So a twin flame, what is a twin flame? Well, a twin flame is one soul that has kind of split into two. One soul that is kind of split into two, and one part of this soul has gone on their own journey, and the other part of the soul has gone on another journey on this plane, you know, on this spiritual plane. So and this soul could have gone right back in time. You know, we're talking about past lives here, past life souls, you know, and very, very rare occasions, very rare that these souls reunite, you know, come together to you know, teach what they've learned on their journey. So one of these half souls will reunite with a more evolved kind of spiritual journey and want to teach the other half of the soul, you know, oh gosh, it's like, well, it's not like this, but it's like this. I have learned so much that I need to tell you about here. Gosh, I have been through, you know, through wars, through battles, through heartbreak, through pain, and you know, I've seen starvation. I've seen, you know, I've seen people suffering. I've suffered myself. Gosh, I need to, you know, teach you this. So, you know, as a whole soul, okay. And these souls are old as well. They are very old. They go back many lifetimes, okay. And the other soul, the other half of the soul, has not evolved as much as the other half, okay, when they come together. And this is very challenging, okay. When this happens, it does happen very rarely. It may happen in a lifetime that these two souls come together to teach each other their kind of lives, their life's journeys. So this is what we've got here, and when these two souls merge together of like this union, they will fear it because it's too intense. You know, it's very intense. The other person is saying, "Yeah, I feel you. I know what you need to do. I've experienced that. I can, you know, I've been through that. I can tell you all about that." And so this other person has to go and learn this. So they may come back, but they may go away again, okay, to learn other things on their journey, so they can come back to this soul and complete this soul and say, well, I've learned this, and I can teach you too what I have learned. It's a kind of union that will never, you know, a connection that will never be forgotten. You could be away from each other for 5 years, 2 years, but you will never forget that connection. You will return to each other eventually, okay, to teach each other the lessons here. And when you do meet your twin flame, if you're lucky to meet a twin flame, this person can bring out the worst in you. You know, this person can bring out the worst in you because, you know, when you was with this person, it felt like home. You know, you felt like you could talk about your deepest desires, your deepest fears, and you felt as if all the layers were peeled off and you could be yourself, you know, like this soul underneath this body, this shell, and you felt like you could just be who you are. And the other person too, it's like two souls together, or two half souls together dancing. There's always something like a mountain in between a twin flame, because we're talking about two half souls coming together, both on different kinds of evolvements of learning. So there's a mountain to move. There's always a mountain to move, and it's always unconventional. You know, it's an unconventional relationship. You know, it may be miles and miles in distance apart, you know, and you've got to move mountains to be with that person. It could be the parents hate that person. You know, I told you so, I told you not to be with that person, you know, because they're still making mistakes and they're still learning, but that person keeps coming back, like an on and off. It's like one of those relationships that are on and off, and they keep coming back. But I've learned that lesson from last time, you know, and this keeps going, this dance keeps going until both partners have learned. Okay, but there's usually one that's more evolved than the other one, and that's the stayer, and the other one is the goer, you know, the one that leaves and comes back, one that leaves and then returns. Oh, I've learned that lesson, I've come back to tell you that I've learned that lesson, but I must go because I need to learn more. Okay, and they'll come back and they'll explain it again. So it's very much an on and off situation. Now, I'm not saying that on and off situations are a great idea, but this person you just feel very authentic with. You can confide with them. You feel vulnerable. You're able to be vulnerable with this person. You can tell them all your secrets, and you know that your secrets are safe with that person. There's a lot of depth and intimacy and open-heartedness with this person. It feels like you feel at home, you know, you've arrived when you're with this person. And it feels out of this world when you share your heart, because your heart together is one, you know, your soul is one, and when you come together and bond together, your heart is one. Okay, and you share the same space, and that's why this connection is very scary. You connect on all chakra levels too, and you can read this person like a book. There's telepathy, you know what they're thinking. You could be miles and miles apart, and you know what that person is doing and thinking. Okay, it could even be it could be somebody close to you, a twin flame. It could be your daughter, your son, you know, and you know what they're thinking. There's this connection. Because they're part of you, you know, it's like you gave birth to that person, so it's like part of you, you know, is within that person. But as in twin flames, you are together. When you're together, there's nothing that compares that, and you'll never forget. Although you may drift, you know, you may drift your own separate ways to find your spiritual learning, your spiritual path, but you'll merge back together again to teach each other. And that is what my interpretation is of a twin flame. Okay, if both twin flames are fully evolved, and they eventually after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, they eventually come together as learning lessons, and they eventually come together, then that is an absolutely beautiful thing. That is very, very spiritual, you know. Lots of things in sync, you know. Many things are in sync. You can read that person's mind. There's lots of telepathy, and that's just an amazing you know, but that is very rare. That is very rare to actually two souls that are on now reach the same evolvement coming together. Okay, so that's my take on twin flames. So let's have a look how this aligns with your particular sign. Okay. Hello Cancer, and this is your twin flame reading, okay, aligned with your sign. So I'm going to use my medieval pagan deck here. I love this deck, it's very close to the bone, and also you know, as the intro says, that twin flame readings are very kind of intense and can be quite difficult to read, so please be patient with me if I kind of take time to, you know, bring in the energies here. Okay, so I'm going to put my glasses on and let's get started, Cancer. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of shuffling. I'm picking up with the energies here, very much somebody's saying to you know, what's your problem? I'm getting somebody saying, you know, what's your problem? You know, what is your problem? I think you've done everything, everything you can to develop this connection. The first card I've got here is, yeah, there is some overindulgence by this other person, drinking, even sort of taking holidays or kind of travelling without you and all of this. And it's in the guise of something else, you know. This person may say, I've got to do this, I've got to meet up with these people, I've got to strike a deal with these people, but business deals and things like this. So yeah, there is like this person. How can you, the thing is how can you develop this when this person is never around here? Okay, and you feel anxiety over this. You feel anxiety. I see you standing alone, and I've got you here as the Queen of Swords. Now you're not the Queen of Swords. You are obviously a water sign, but the Queen of Swords, the energies and the characteristics of the Queen of Swords is, you know, you're very intellectual. I get you as an intellectual person, and so instead of kind of getting kind of angry about this, you try to be objective. You try to be objective about this. I guess you kind of give this person space, and you think, well, I understand what they're doing, why they have to do this. So, but it's kind of enabling this kind of overindulgence. You feel like you've been strung along with this. You know, it's just an excuse. You feel like it's just an excuse to get out of your company. And I get the Ace of Pentacles. I do get it's a business, a work situation. This person's never around here. And I guess you're thinking to yourself, what is standing in the way here? What is it that's standing in the way? What is it? What is this? You can't feel it tangibly, but you're thinking, what is this that's standing in the way? I get this person is saying, what's your problem? You know, you've got everything you need here. You know, you've got the contentment, you've got the house, you've got the property, you've got everything that you need. What is your problem? What is your problem? And a lot of people around you would say to you, you know, what is your problem? What have you got to moan about? What have you got to complain about? You know, you've got a great person there who goes off working, business deals and all of this. What is it that you really have to complain about? And I guess there's a guilt, there's the feeling of, yes, okay, I do have to be objective here, because really I don't have anything to complain about. The only thing that's missing here is the passion. You feel that something's been hidden. You don't know what this is that's been hidden. Why does this person need to have these, needs to run away like this, you know, needs to have this home to come back to, but has this need to run away, you know, and do this. You feel this person is deceiving you here by doing this. I see a lot of alone time with you. There's a lot of alone time because of this. This person loves doing what they do here. And I do get a fire sign, which is a Leo, Aries or a Sagittarius, okay. So there is a fire sign. Yeah, it's a material ambition. You know, this person can be quite selfish when it comes to this material ambition, and you're kind of realizing that now. And you feel like the martyr. I get like a martyrish kind of feeling here. You do want justice, you know, but you feel like, well, I feel wrong for asking for justice, you know. You want justice in this situation. I am not getting the passion, the unrequited love here. You feel like you're just the support system. I get like a support system. You feel like you are the only support system for this family or this relationship, you know. I feel when you do broach this subject with this person, you know, when are you going to be around and that kind of thing, this person becomes very defensive and will say, look, I'm done with this, and then just walks out of the door. You know, if you don't accept this, you know, I'm done with this. I think you have this like cycle where, you know, you kind of put up with this for so long, and then you feel this anxiety and you just have to say something and say, you know, I don't like to be waiting around for you. You know, you need to sort this out. I need to see you. If this is going to continue like this, we may as well be separated, you know, we may as well be divorced, we may as well go separate ways if this is going to continue. I feel you just say that because I don't think you mean it, but I think you say it because you just want to give this person a kick up the backside, really, and sort out their, you know, their indulgence here. But this is too obvious, okay. This person is losing touch with your relationship or marriage, because I've got here the Seven of Cups. This person is in a fantasy land of this, you know, just being selfishly indulging, and they're losing touch with, it's like this person, you know, when they go off, they're kind of like a single guy, you know, and they like that. They like that, but they also like to have this security, you know, this mothership to come back to. That's what I'm getting, a vision of a mothership. And I said that about another reading here. You know, it's like a machine just being drawn like a magnet back to this mothership. I feel that, you know, I feel like, you know, either you say or this other person say, I'm done here, I'm done. And then you sit down and communicate. The Princess of Swords is communication card. Then you sit down and communicate. Let's talk. What is your problem? And again, I get that right from the beginning. What is your problem? You know, you've got a beautiful. I am a good. You know, I supply a good living. We've got a good living. But you feel like something's hidden because of this double life, if you like. I'm not saying there's a third party or anything like that, but I get that this double life this person leads, and it's like it's hidden, and it's like they are deceiving themselves, you know, of like, I want this marriage, or I want this relationship, somebody to come home to, but I also want this other lifestyle. So I get the Moon card here, and I feel that you feel as if you've been strung along over this, you know, but now you feel like you're flogging a dead horse, because this person will not give this up, or they won't cut down their hours, or they will make excuses. No, I have commitments, I have to commit myself to that, I've committed myself to that. Okay, I get this person does this, but it's not obvious about it. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. You know, they're not obvious that they need their freedom as well as you. So it's like they, yeah, it's like they're deceiving themselves, really. And they do it slowly, not too obviously. And I do get cake and eat it. You know, this person wants their cake and eat it. And they don't have your best interests at heart. You know, that they have, you know, they'd rather travel the world here and have this like other side to their life here that's exciting. And you're like the mothership, and you're the support system. This person is ghosting you and fogging you over this, trying to confuse you, because they don't have your best interests. They are trying to tell you that it's what we need, you know, we need this, I have to do this. Are you saying you don't want me to do this? And you know, so there's a lot of ghosting and fogging here, and confusing your heart, and then you're left alone again, and you're left alone, and you're thinking, I want the support, I don't want to be left alone like this. And you're considering leaving this relationship. Considering, okay, considering here. Because this is just like a cycle, you know, you complain, this person, you know, you'll sit down and talk, you'll have an argument, this person becomes defensive, you say I'm done, or they say I'm done, and then you sit down and talk, and nothing changes, you know, and then you're left alone again. ever decreasing circles, I've got that. Okay, well, I would say that you have attracted this to your life because you've been like a martyr. And I have to say this because attraction seeks attraction. This person wanted a support system, wanted somebody strong to have this base, this base to come back to. So you being this martyr of this support, and you know, being a shoulder to cry on, somebody to lean on, has attracted this, okay, this behaviour, and now it's become a burden. You know, it's become a burden. I'm too much of a martyr. I'm too much of a helper. You know, and it's like it's, you know, it's even causing you anxiety because you've attracted this. Okay, you've attracted this, causing pain and problems. Attracting pain and problems. Attracting somebody that just wants that solid base here, but wants to do their own thing. Attracting people that want to, you know, just pile all their baggage onto you, their sadness, their woes, their sad stories, and then don't listen to you, you know. You know, you're saying, yeah, well, you know, my partner's always away, and so, oh, yeah, but you've got this lovely life and everything is just so lovely for you, and you feel like you've got nobody to say, to talk to, you know. And this is the way it is. You've attracted that into your life, you know. I feel that you've always looked as if you are the solid person that is, you know, that knows knows everything, I guess so, knows everything, knows how to solve everything. You've let all the outside world see this, and that's what you attract. People who want to you know, shed their burdens. They'll put their burdens onto you. All you hear is sad stories, and it's like, oh, my partner's father died and we had to sort out this funeral, or that, you know, my sister's boyfriend committed suicide, and this is all you hear. And it's like, but you've attracted that. Does that make sense? I don't think you haven't meant to do this, but you've found yourself alone. Nobody feels as if you need the support. And that's what I've got here. In terms of this relationship, you do love this person, okay. And you do come together. You know, you do come together. I feel this is your twin flame. You do come back together. This person returns to the mothership. But I feel that you're the stayer and they're the goer, okay? They're the one that goes, you're the stayer. And, but you're like that for everybody, okay? So I don't see this changing. I see this, just this dance going on here, you know, because, is it too late to change this? I think there's still these lessons here. There's still this evolvement. You know, you still need to evolve. You know, you still need to pull off those layers and say, look, I'm not that person. I'm not that person that has no problems. I'm not that person that does not worry. I'm not that person that does not need support. You know, I just pretend to be that person, and now I've actually attracted this to myself. And I'm going to leave it at that, okay? I hope that makes sense to you. That's the energies that I'm pulling through for you. Cancer, somebody's saying to you, what's your problem? Lots of people are saying to you, what is your problem? You know, and fogging you. But this is you've attracted this. Does that make sense? And you're the person this person always comes back to. I'm going to leave it there. Whether you're married, in a relationship, in an on and off relationship, in this marriage where you never see this person, or in this relationship where you hardly ever see this person, there's always an excuse to meet up with these people, whoever they are. You know, it could be buddies, it could be, you know, it's some kind of very, very strong interest that they have. Whatever this interest is, and they're pulled towards that, and they don't want to give that up, but they have you to come back to. That makes sense. So that's your reading, Cancer. If you'd like your own personal reading, please give me an email. My email is at the bottom there, and I will send you my tarot. I just think the lighting's a bit off here because I've got bright sunshine coming through the curtains, and I've got a lamp here, and so if I'm looking a bit pale, you know, it's because it's just so bright in here. So anyway, I'm sending you lots of love, lots of blessing. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoy my twin flame readings, and I'm wishing you all the best, all the love, and you take care, okay? Bye bye.